Longing for Jerusalem Season 1 has been sponsored by Mr. and Mrs. Isaac and Tiffany Naxon in honor of the Finding Holiness podcast. Part 4. The Midrash brings down that at the time of the destruction of the first temple, Yirmiyahu, who prophesied the impending destruction, was not in Jerusalem. By the time he came, the captives were already chained, missing limbs, and severely injured, morally depressed. When they saw each other, each group began to cry. Yirmiyahu approached them and said, "My dear children, what happened to you?" He released them from their chains and walked with them to the Euphrates River, and then thought to himself, "If I was to remain here with the captives, who will stay in the land with the remnants of the people? I must go back as their leader." When the now exiled Jews saw that their prophet was abandoning them, they wept again, and pleaded with him, "Rabbeinu, how can you leave us here to go back to Israel? Look at our state of health. How can we travel to Babylonia by ourselves?" Yirmiyahu responded, "Please know, and may heaven and earth bear witness, if you only cried once like this when you were in Sion, in Yerushalayim, you wouldn't have been exiled. One tear before a harsh decree would have changed your reality." Sometimes we see a crane lift up a massive trailer 30 to 40 meters in the air, and you have two people on the ground moving it from left to right like it's a toy cube. But the moment that trailer hits the ground, even if you have 100 people pushing with all their might, it won't budge. When you're in the air, meaning when you're filled with spirituality, it's a different world. Hashem waits and hopes for us to make a small change in our lives so that we return to Him. There are almost 8 billion people on earth, but how many of them are like us, who serve Hashem and want to fulfill His will? Very few. There is no doubt that we do advance in our service of Hashem from time to time. We try to watch what we say. We assist our friends and neighbors. We have deep moments of tefillah and learning, but it's always possible for more. We have a life, a heart. We can see and hear. We smile. Baruch Hashem. But why can't we push for more? To be continued.